Hey there, Rocketeers. It is Charlie Rocket here. Hello, hello, hello. I am finally bringing you guys my Lovecraft Country review. Please don't mind whatever mess you see back here. It is a product of being a cosplayer. I have like a million projects at all times, so that's what's over there. But back to it, I was able to see the advanced premiere of Lovecraft Country, which is going to premiere on HBO August 17th, I believe, 16th, 17th, one of those dates. But I was able to watch it over the weekend, and let me tell you, it was amazing. I had the link to watch it for 24 hours, and I watched it multiple times within that time frame because it was just so good. Uh, for a lot of people asking me about the show, they have been asking what it's like because they're getting a Stranger Things kind of vibe. And you know what? That's kind of the vibe I was getting when I got more into the show. It does feel a little bit like Stranger Things, which is great because I love Stranger Things. A lot of you guys love Stranger Things. But I will say, I like this better already. And you know why? It is because Stranger Things follows, you know, kids basically, like teenage kids, and that's great. And we love the 80s. But you know what? Lovecraft Country took place in, like a Jim Crow time and follows a black cast. And I feel like a lot of the suspense and drama comes from real life experiences that I can still share in 2020. You know what I mean? Um, Whereas a lot of the horror aspect and suspense from Stranger Things mostly comes from monsters that you are seeing throughout the show. So getting back to it, my initial thoughts before I even watched the show, I knew it was going to be full of drama. I knew it was going to be full of suspense. And I was like, it might be a little scary. Okay, confirmed. It is scary. For those of you who know me, I do not do scary, but I have been known to make a few exceptions, for instance, like Stranger Things. And I will be making an exception for Lovecraft Country when it premieres because I will be watching every episode. Now, this review is not going to have any spoilers, and I'm also going to keep it fairly quick because this is just episode one. These are just my thoughts on episode one. And first of all, I wanted to say that I felt super connected to this show. I feel like there were characters that you rarely or maybe never get to see in film or on TV. For instance, blurs. You very rarely get to see black people being allowed to be nerds. I know that sometimes we have like the keyboard guy, like there's a hero and somebody else, and they got the keyboard guy on the computer who's, I don't know, hacking some stuff for you. That guy can sometimes be black and can sometimes have glasses, but that's about it. And even him, it's like computers and I don't know, science sometimes, but like how often are we looking at black people who are into literature, black people who are illustrating comic books on their free time, black people who love all those interests and are attractive and have other interests as well. You don't have to read on their face that they are a nerd. Nerds come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and I feel like that was represented, especially since a lot of them were women. I never get black women nerds in anything. So I was super excited about that, and it hit me hard. Like I felt it from the beginning of the show. In addition to all of that, I also felt super connected to the show because I felt like it knew my inner thoughts and fears. A lot of the suspense was coming from realistic situations of that time period that we can still relate to today, such as like police brutality situations going on these days can definitely relate to that. Racism, colorism, all kinds of things. These are a lot of the topics that came up in this show, and they didn't do it cute. You know, there's been a lot of movies, shows, whatever else that touch on race, but for some reason, a majority of the time, they are about historic things, but have a happy ending. Okay? They're moving to a happy ending so that it's not too bad. It's almost like, for instance, Remember the Titans. Okay, this movie's completely different thing, but it's something like that where it's like this started out as a race issue, but we're coming together to put an end to all this nonsense, you know? But this show is not doing that. They are putting the race issues in everyone's face. They're putting it right in your face, and they're saying, no, this is how bad it was. They talked about a lot of things you hardly ever hear in TV and movies or in history class, like about how dangerous travel could be for people of color during that time. Like, if you think about it, even right now, I know that me and a lot of friends of mine and family members, you kind of have to research places before you decide to travel there to make sure they like black people, you know? But think about Jim Crow times when people were traveling. How did they know where to go? How did they know what was safe, you know? And you don't want to end up somewhere that's whites only or something like that, or end up getting hurt, killed, anything, you know? So they touched on things like that. How did black people travel? What did they do? What was going on during that time period? And I loved it. I loved it. The show started off kind of slow. It started off pretty slow, but even the slow part was giving you like historical background, character development, explanations of who these characters were. It was giving you a good story. Honestly, it was good writing, and it was entertaining. So it was almost like just watching a drama, and then it twists and became pretty suspenseful. I started saying, "What am I watching? Wait a minute, this is completely different than what I was just watching," and then scary, and then it got scary, and that's when I said, what is going on here? I felt like I entered another dimension. Like, even the way the show started made me realize this is not what I expected of this show, and I am here for it. If you are a nerd, you will like this show. If you are a black person, you will also like this show. If you like drama and suspense, you will like this show. History, you'll like it. Like, everybody, it's got something for everybody. As a female blurred who doesn't even like scary things, I was 100% satisfied. Like I said, I watched this several times. Like, it was just amazing. And I can't wait until it premieres, because then I am giving you a full spoiler review, blow by blow, of what's going on here, all right? But I hope you guys tune in to watch it come August on HBO. And in the meantime, I mean, I don't know, get excited, get hyped for this, because this is new stuff for us. I'm really excited for this. This is doing big things for Blurs. Like, Jordan Peele is one of the producers, and you can read it all through there. He is creating such a new type of horror for African American people, and I feel it. Like, it's scarier than anything else because it's real, because this stuff is real. And he brought it to this show also. Like, the cast is amazing, everything. I just cannot say enough positive things about this show. So make sure you guys tune in. Thank you guys for watching my review. I love you guys. Adios.